Hello, my charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today is Vlogmas installment number 4, I believe. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about some more strategies, and I wanted to give you some more information about how you can get yourself prepared and organized for the new year ahead, and again, how to stay productive and organized in the new year. Because I know for many of us here in this community, if you're watching my channel, if you've been with me for a while, or if you're someone who's just found me, you are likely on a journey to get your life organized and under control, right? And that is really something that I want to help you with as much as I can. This is exactly why I did that whole 9-part series that recently came to a conclusion. That was how to stay productive and organized for the new year, right? Where I gave you like 9 really great steps that you could be taking to get yourself organized and set up for success so that you're ready to go on the new year, and you hopefully will have some, framework in place to help you stay organized and successful moving forward in 2022. So in the second, I think it was the 8th installment of that series, we talked about ongoing education, which I believe is one of the biggest tips for productivity and success that I could give you. And in that video, I talked to you guys about one of my favorite things to do to keep me learning is to actually read books, right? So I find that reading nonfiction books is an excellent way to keep my mind always learning and growing and just finding new strategies and new ways to better myself, right? So I wanted to show you guys today my 2022 book club selections for the Productivity and Planning Mastermind. If you did not know, I have a productivity mastermind with some members of my community where we go in depth on the things that I teach you here on my channel. And one of the things that we have going on in the mastermind is a nonfiction book club, essentially, where we read a book a month together. It's completely optional, very easygoing, very laid back. But I select a book for every month that generally pairs to the theme of that month's masterclass. And so today I wanted to show you guys what those books were, to show you the title selection for 2022's mastermind. And if you want to join the mastermind, I would love to have you read along with us. But if not, I'm hoping that this gives you some additional things that you might be able to do, some ideas, right, for some books that you can use to help you advance your productivity, continue your education ongoing in 2022. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, so this is going to be an overview of that 2022 book club selection, and I'm sharing with you guys the master classes that go along with it, just to kind of tie the books in to the master classes. Now, if you're already in the mastermind, you already have this information, you know what it is, but I thought it would be great to share with any of you guys who might be new to this productivity and planning journey that we're all on together, or who may also be considering joining the mastermind, because we're at the start of a new year and this is a wonderful time to get yourself into a group like the mastermind for additional support and coaching. So without further ado, January, our book club selection for January is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And our masterclass for January is our vision board party, right? So we build our vision boards together in January. And the book that we're going to be reading for the month of January is The 4 Agreements. Now, I love this book. This is one of the books that I've already read. And when it comes to me choosing the book club selections for the mastermind, I will look to books I've already read and enjoy and highly recommend, but I also will look for new books as well, so that I can see like what's new and that I can continue learning as well. So there's going to be a mix of books I have read and have not read. January, 4 Agreements. This is a really wonderful guide for kind of creating a structure and a framework for your values as a human being, right? And I think that that's a wonderful thing to be learning about and really tapping into in January, which is why it is our January pick. So maybe that's a book that would be interesting to you. I will try to go ahead and make sure I leave links to all these books down in the description in case you're looking for them. February we are reading together The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and our masterclass is all about forming positive habits. So this is one where things really just completely tie together. Again, this is another book I've read before. I've recommended it to my audience many times before. This is a really great book that really explains to you the science of habits, why they're hard to change and how you can change them, the best framework to use to change your habits. So I think this is going to be a wonderful book, and I'm really looking forward to putting together the masterclass for February, because I know our habits really are the keys to our success, right? You are what you repeatedly do, right? That's the quote. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. We need to be habitually doing certain things that will bring us success, on an ongoing basis. So that is February's choice. March, we are reading Deep Work by Cal Newport. Now, this is a book that's completely new to me, so I'm really excited. It is all about, as it says here, rules for focused success in a distracted world. Let me tell you, this is the whole purpose for me for having our masterclass in March, which is all about finding your focus, right? I have seen within my community, within any of my, classes that I've been teaching, or, students that I've worked with, that focus is a really big issue for a lot of people, because we live in a world that is always vying for your attention, and our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter, as you know. So in March, we're going to be talking about finding your focus, and I'm really excited to have this book, Deep Work, to really sort of complement what we're going to be focusing on in our masterclass. In April, we're reading a book that I've already read before, Essentialism by Greg McKeown. I think that's how you say his name. Our masterclass for March is Understanding Priorities. Now, Essentialism is a wonderful book. If you've never heard about it, it talks about, it says here, the disciplined pursuit of less. I'm someone who definitely believes and understands how if you can get yourself focused on only the essential things that need to be done, number one, you're going to be doing better work. Number two, you're going to feel less stressed out. And number three, you're going to find that it's so much easier to achieve and maintain a level of success that you're looking for. So we're going to be talking about prioritization. We're going to be reading Essentialism. I love this book. I cannot wait to read it with my community. A little bit more of a business book, but definitely the lessons apply whether or not you are a stay-at-home mom, or someone who's retired, or a student, or you're someone who runs their own business, or you work in a corporate career. I think this is a really great book with a really great message for April. In May, really excited about this one. We're going to be doing the 80-20 principle by Richard Koch. I believe that's maybe how you say it. And our masterclass is all about managing expectations. Now, you guys have heard me most likely talk about the 80-20 rule. It's also known as the Pareto principle. It states that 80% of our results come from only 20% of the things that we do. So that has basically been a philosophy for me for setting expectations for the amount of work I'm going to do. So I know a lot of you who watch me think, Alexis, you must get so much done in a day. Like, you must think that I'm checking off things on my to-do list left and right. I hate to burst a bubble for you, but I really just focus on a very strict, prioritized to-do list. I set very reasonable expectations for myself. I get very clear on what it is that I need to do and what actions actually move the needle. And I focus on those 20% actions most of the time. So, 80% maybe of the fluff that I could be doing in my life, in my personal life, home life, in my business, right? I really cut a lot of that fat out. So I'm excited to talk about the 80-20 rule with you guys in depth. And we're going to be pairing that with managing expectations, which I think understanding the Pareto principle, understanding this rule really helps you to set way better expectations for what you can accomplish. And that, again, it kind of dovetails with the idea of finding focus and being able to do deep work and all of those great productivity concepts. So I think there's a lot of goodness that comes from this sort of a topic. So I'm really excited about May as well. I'm going to say that about every month. Excited about every month, okay? Everything is wonderful. Everything is valuable. My philosophy for productivity is that there's not just like here, I'm not just going to give you time management strategies, even though that's June's topic, right? There's a lot more that goes into being productive and successful and leading a happy and fulfilled life than just some time management strategy. However, June's masterclass is on time management strategies, and our book for June is Time Management in 20 Minutes a Day by Holly Risen Hanna. I've never read this book before, but it looked really interesting to me. I like the idea of keeping the time management strategies that we're doing simple, because, like I said, there's a lot more to me that goes into productivity than just learning how to like hack your to-do list, etc. Right? That's part of it, but there's a lot more that goes into it. So excited for June, time management. July, Find Your Why by Simon Sinek. This is a book. I can't remember if I've read this book or not. I've read a couple of Simon Sinek's books a few years ago, and I don't remember if I read it or not. I will find out in July, it seems. But this is going to pair with our masterclass, the mid-year refresh. So every year in July, we do a mid-year refresh and review masterclass where we can get realigned with our goals that we set at the new year time. So this is like our 6-month check-in mark, essentially. And I think this will be a great time to talk about finding your why, finding the purpose in what you're doing, why you're going after the things you want, why you do the things you do, hopefully. I'm excited for the conversation that will come out of this. So that is July. August, I'll be honest with you guys, I chose this because this book looks really fantastic. Like this cover of this book, if you guys know me, if you've been with me for a while, if you're an OG, you know that that's like a total Alexis Trenchcoat cover. Love that. So 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think by Brianna Wiest, I don't know how you say it. And we're pairing that with August's masterclass of Mindset Matters. So mindset is a huge factor in your ongoing inspiration, motivation, productivity, success. And I'm hoping that this book is going to be touching on some things that are going to help us change the way we think and observe our thoughts in a new way. And anything that can help push us out of the way that we've normally been thinking ultimately causes us to grow and increase in our own wisdom and knowledge, etc. So really, I think this will be a great one. And I'll be honest with you guys, all of these books, for the vast majority of these books, they're all going to be not read. I'm going to be listening to them on Audible. This book, I might also buy the actual physical book because I think the cover is really cute. So we'll see how much I like the audiobook. If the audiobook is great, I'm buying the book too. So that's just a personal me thing. Okay, September's masterclass is all about self-care strategies. And to pair with that, I've been hearing everything. Like for a few years now, I've been noticing this word hygge, I think. Is that how you say it? I'm probably saying it wrong, or huggy. I don't know. It is a Danish word. This is the little book of Hygge. And there probably is like a Danish accent that I'm not using, right? That's what's wrong with me right now while I'm speaking. So the little book of Hygge, right? By Meek Viking, maybe. I think this looks like, first of all, it looks like the most adorable cozy book. But that word cozy, right, is the word that I always hear like associated with Hygge. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a really nice, wonderful book to start off the fall with, and will give us some really great lessons about how to live maybe like a more intentional and a more fulfilling and a more cozy life, which I think, you know, obviously the Danes know what they're doing. The gentleman who wrote this book is the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute of Copenhagen. So, yeah, I definitely think they're going to be able to tell us a thing or two about how to live maybe a nicer, slower, more intentional life, which everyone here in the West, right? Stereotypical Americans are always hustle, 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 go, 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 which I do not prescribe to that methodology. So I'm hoping this book helps us to like change the way we think about living our lives and maybe living slower, which I think will be really beautiful, especially stepping into, this is for September, stepping into the fall. October's book. Oh, this is so fun. I'm actually really excited about this. And I know this is not a class or a book that's for everyone, but this is a mutual interest of myself and many of the women in the mastermind. Tarot. Okay, so our book for October is The Book of Tarot by Danielle Noel. I'm familiar with her because I have a bunch of her tarot decks that she created, which I think are absolutely beautiful and lovely. And I think this book is really pretty. This is another one where I actually may buy the book. I think it looks so cute. And our masterclass for October is Tarot and Oracle Training. Now, some of you guys who are new to me, who haven't heard my opinion on this matter, might think, wow, that's a really weird thing for a productivity person to be into, right? Tarot and Oracle training. But you have to understand that I view the Tarot and Oracle cards not as some sort of magical like way to see the future, but I see it as one of the very many methodologies that you could use for understanding yourself and helping yourself get in touch with your intuition, your inner guidance, and understanding what it is that you want for your life and making better choices that are aligned with what it is that you want. So for me, it's a methodology for learning about yourself and for helping you to become more confident with making choices for yourself, the same way, I believe, the same way that doing a personality test like Myers-Briggs or the Enneagram or the 4 tendencies or any of the other personal development, personality tests. I think tarot and oracle cards are very similar, right? So I know that for some people, even the idea of personality tests is like an affront to their morals or values. And so I'm not trying to offend anyone. If this isn't for you, like I said, it's not for you. But I think it's a great way. I find it to be a great methodology to use and a great practice to use to get in touch with what it is that you want. Because let me tell you, if I were to say to you right now, what do you want? You right there watching this video, what do you want? What do you want in your life? Some of you are going to have some answers to that, but many of you, in fact, I would dare say most of you, are going to freeze up at that question. So many people don't know what it is that they want. And so having a practice, having a methodology like tarot to use once you learn about it, I think can be very, very enlightening to help you get in touch with what it is that you really want inside for your life, your happiness, your success, etc. So that's what we're doing in October. Also because, October is the month of Halloween and spookiness. I thought it'd be fun, right? I like to do something fun in October. So, tarot or cards feels like very mystical. Love it. Okay. November, we are reading The Confidence Code by Katie Kay. And I think I spelled her name wrong. And Claire Shipman. And our masterclass for November is Embodying Confidence. I have wanted to do a masterclass on confidence for such a long time. If you've been with me for a while, or if you're someone who's new to me, my confidence is something that people very often comment on. The fact that I am very confident in myself, right? And this is something that I've learned, I was really, I would say like conditioned into confidence from a young age. And so growing up, other people not being confident seemed confusing to me, right? This was something that, because of the way that I was conditioned, the way I grew up, when I was a child, right, I was involved in a lot of sort of performing art things. I did ballet, tap, jazz. I was an ice skater. I did modeling as a child, right? I was Little Miss Hemisphere several years when I was very little. Like I was a pageant queen little girl. So I was kind of conditioned to be more confident, more outgoing. And those sorts of skills were things I've just had for a long time. Now, I have struggled with my confidence in certain areas, but the idea of people having issues with their confidence is incredibly prevalent. Imposter syndrome is something that I hear about a lot from my audience. And so I'm hoping that the Confidence Code, the book, plus our masterclass, it's really going to give me an opportunity to help shift your mindset on what it means to be confident and give you practical strategies to take away that you can start implementing in your own life. Because to me, confidence has probably been one of those secrets to success that has really helped me to reach the goals and, the accomplishments that I have wanted in my life, right? So you don't get what you don't ask for. If you don't have the confidence to ask for what you want, you're kind of in a pickle, right? So I'm hoping that this masterclass, again, is another personal development topic that's going to dovetail nicely with, our ongoing journey of productivity, planning, happiness, and success. And then December, our book is The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This is another book I have read before, and it goes along with our New Year's goal setting masterclass, which we do every year in December. We set our goals together. I'm really excited because the idea of mindfulness is something that I have for a long time been really seeing the benefits of practicing it in my own life. And to me, it has a beautiful part in the overall conversation of productivity and success and personal development. So I'm really hoping that we can start 2023 together in a very mindful state, right? So I'm really excited for this book. I know some people in the masterclass have already commented that they're excited about this book in December. So yes, that is our final book club pick and our final masterclass for 2022. So like I said, feel free to take any of this information. I'll leave links to the books down below if you're interested in reading any of them. But if you would like to read these books along with us, kind of go through the analysis that we do. We don't do like a video or anything like that or like a call for our book club, but what ends up happening is I kind of check in with you guys throughout the month to see how you're doing with the book, how you're liking it, and then I generally will create my own summary post about the book and the takeaways, etc. So I would love to have you join the Productivity and Planning Mastermind if you also love reading nonfiction and would like to be with a group of like-minded women. The Productivity and Planning membership might be right for you, okay? So it has a lot of different elements in this membership. It is a monthly subscription membership. So you have two options when you sign up for the mastermind. Option number one is you can pay in full and do a whole year with us, right? So you're committing to a complete year. When you do that, you actually get a pay in full bonus, which is the 2022 Master Planner. So you get a nice little bonus when you commit up front and you get a better rate, right? So the annual rate is the best deal it's ever going to be. I'm going to be raising the price on this experience in the new year because I've been adding so much to it. Now, you can also go ahead and if you do not have the ability to pay upfront for the full year, you can choose the month-to-month option. Now, if you go the monthly option route, right, your price per month is a little bit higher. You don't get the pay in full bonus. But if you come in for like a month or so and you find that you don't like it, you are able to cancel your membership and just gracefully bow out if it's not for you. What I will tell you is this. I realize that this is not for everyone. It absolutely isn't. This is like an accountability and support coaching group for, women in my community who are interested in productivity, planning, success, who love this very broad and deep conversation that I have about productivity. If you haven't noticed from the books club selection, we talk about productivity a little differently in this community because I really believe there's a lot of different things that go into how much you get done and how successful you are, more so than just time management and like a planner and a to-do list, right? There's so much more. So this isn't for everyone, but I would say there is much value in joining this group and committing to the annual option, especially since we're starting a fresh year. So if you enroll now, you have a full year with us. You'll have all of 2022 with us. And the reason I say there's value in that is that even for me personally, some of you know I'm a rebel personality type. So in the past, right, I have been a part of come and go membership programs. And when I committed to a full year in a program, right? There was like a point where I committed to a full year and I looked at it and I'm like, wait, I don't think I'm going to get as much as I want out of this. I got scared. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to come to the calls, etc. And then ultimately I realized that, you know what? It felt really good to know that I was kind of, not to say stuck there, but it felt good to know that like that support was there for me because by no means do I expect everyone to join this membership and be super active. I expect that there's going to be times that you're going to be very active because you have that time and you have that focus. And then there's going to be times where you step back, right? And maybe you just watch class replays and maybe you just download, some of our resources, right? And use them ad hoc as you need them. But it's always, I think there's like a different level of commitment to your goals and to your productivity and to your success that happens when you just choose, you know what, I'm going to be here for a year and I'll use it when I use it and it's always there for me when I need it. And if I can't use it for a month, it's no big deal. I promise you that you get way more value out of this mastermind than what the annual membership price is. So let me just run down really quickly what is included in the mastermind. I know I don't talk specifically about what you get in the mastermind enough here on my channel, but this is what you get in the mastermind. Number one, we have 3 monthly live calls plus the replays that you get every month. Now, when I started this mastermind, we had 1 call, okay? Which is why I'm going to be raising the price in the new year because we now do 3 live calls that are dedicated just for this mastermind. So one of those is always the masterclass for the month, which we talked about what the masterclasses were. One of those is always an office hours call, which is generally like I will sit on Zoom, and whoever comes and asks me questions, I will answer your questions. And sometimes I end up having like a theme that I might put on that office hours call, so it's not just like an open Q&A, right? Because sometimes Q&A, in and of itself, can be a little bit boring. So I like to have sometimes a theme for that call. And then we also have our CEO Power Hour call, which is the business coaching call that we do. So we do a business planning and coaching call as well once a month. And that is for the members of the mastermind who are also business owners like myself. I know a lot of people have said, wait, they're not separate, right? The mastermind itself is not necessarily for business owners. But I do have a lot of people who have been in my business programs who have worked with me on business and digital marketing topics. And so I actually, for my own simplicity's sake, I don't want to run two masterminds. So I have one. And if you happen to be a business owner, you also get a dedicated call and some dedicated, tools and space from me to help, support you throughout the year. Then you also have the resource library, okay? So the resource library includes all the workbooks from our classes, inserts that I create for you guys that are all PDFs, right? So you download them, you print them out at home, you have them as much as you need, etc. I also have some amazing guided meditations that I have already in our resource library, but I'm always adding to those, right? So in 2022, one of the things I want to add a lot more of are some more of these like guided meditations and things for you guys to use, tools that you guys can use to help you be productive in the moment while you're working or when you wake up in the morning or if you need to relax, right? So I want to create more of those for you. And then you also have in the resource library a 12-module productivity course. So I have a complete course on productivity that I used to sell separately that's now like the foundation course for the mastermind. And if I didn't mention it before, with those live calls, you have the opportunity to join live, but the replays, like I said, replays are also there. And you guys have the whole backlog of all of the classes that I've been doing since I launched the mastermind in, like October of 2020. So you have like over a year of past masterclass replays, workbooks, inserts, resources, etc., not just what we're creating going forward. And then the final element of what's included in the mastermind is accountability and coaching. So we have a private Slack channel, which is an application that sometimes groups or businesses use to chat with each other, right? So we have basically our own little chat forum with like different topics, different channels for different topics that we talk about, like our goals and, productivity and planners and our book club and our CEO happy hour group is in there as well. So we have a private Slack community where I post daily accountability prompts Monday through Friday, and I usually post extra things on the weekend as well. And you are also able to post and ask questions and start conversations as well, right? So it's not just me posting in there. Many of the members of my group also take it upon themselves to post content in there as well and just add to the richness of the conversation going on in our group. And then as well, you get coaching from me inside of the group. You get coaching from me if you show up on a live call and you ask questions, but you also get coaching with me inside of Slack. Because so in Slack, you're able to post something in one of the channels if you are having issues with something, if you need suggestions from me and the rest of the members of the group, you can post things publicly, or you're able to DM me. So you're able to DM me in Slack, and many people do take the opportunity to get one-on-one coaching with me through the DMs in our Slack group. So that is the final element of what's included in the mastermind. I do hope that if this sounds like the experience that's right for you, that you're looking for a group of like-minded women who are all working together, learning and growing together in order to live their best lives, I definitely invite you to join the mastermind. I will leave links down to the description so you can check out more information on the mastermind and enroll in whatever option is right for you. So I hope you found today's Vlogmas installment, this idea of ongoing education, accountability, and support, the book club choices, right? Those recommendations of books to read. I hope you found all of that helpful. I hope it helps you to be a little bit more organized and gives you some things to do in the new year if you are looking to enhance your own productivity and experience of your life in general. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know any other productivity books that you recommend, things that you've read in the past and maybe love, or tell me if there was a book on that list that you're excited about for the new year. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. For more of the behind the scenes of my productivity life and business, make sure you're following me on Instagram at MissTrenchcoat. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, bye-bye.